Welcome to Sports Central, the show that guarantees you your weekly fix of sports action.
Hey, just like Wanja amesema Badhe Mtunguyas karibu sana, it's Sports Central. As you can see, Wanja is looking all fresh and clean, looking all fine. And yes, we've got a lot. So do this. Nataka uchukue chai yako, tulia tu hapo hivyo, order that kapizza, tulia ukingoja ikam. Mi kenye tu nitakwambia, we got a show for you. We're your host, Mike Mondo.
And I'm Wanjira Longhour. You heard the man. Get comfortable, because this show is going to be good.
Alrighty, let's get right into your sporting action. Coming up in today's episode,
we get to wrap up the 2016 National Hockey League with Butali Sugar as they square up against Strathmore.
Plus, from St. Mary's with love, we catch up with a team of Southampton coaches who paid a visit to the country.
That's not all though. We also finally get to find out about the national rollball team as they ready themselves for the African Championship.
But first, Target Qatar 2022 as Arsenal coaches pay the country a visit once again to help talent identification skills among Kenyan coaches as the country targets participation in the World Cup 2022 to be held in Qatar. The training camp, sponsored by SportPesa, will see coaches from the English Premier League side sharing crucial elements of coaching that play a big role in developing world-standard players for their clubs and the country as a whole.
The Arsenal camp again is focusing on the coaches because we believe the coaches are the ones who leave the biggest impact. It will probably change in the future, but once we train the coaches, we know we will impact very many players at a go. One coach, if we train one coach, for sure we are touching at least 20 players at a go.
Our thanks and our gratitude for everyone here, for welcoming us, for our partners at SportPesa. Okay, for myself, it's my first time here. But I know as a club at Arsenal Football Club, we're very excited not only to be here working alongside yourselves, but to then further develop that working relationship. For me individually, I'm very, very excited to better understand the culture, the footballing programme out here and how you guys are then developing. And I hope that then through the week, looking ahead to the course that we then look to deliver, by working closely alongside yourselves and with the partners, we can then look to further develop you guys as individuals, whilst also further developing ourselves.
This is a very important training session, and you are going to get the training from among the best people in the world in doing that. I mean, which better people would you want apart from people coming from Arsenal? And that's one of the reasons why it is one of our top clubs in the world.
We have to learn and to take a lot of information from the Arsenal coaches. To know about the English Premier League, to know how it's functioning, to know, to be up to date with the new trends in football. And I think this can be very favorable for all coaches in this meeting.
Here, beat one man. Rarely see Nagero taking the ball into contact.
On to the Ngong Road Derby as old rivals, the SportPesa Queens and the Resolution Impala Saracens look to go at it once again in round 5 of the Kenya Cup.
Herman Humwa, can he go? Yes, it's a try.
The SportPesa Queens took control early in the match with Herman Humwa's first half brace.
Very poor defense coming in from Impala here. For his targets in the line out, probably Herman Humwa or Jared Owinyo. Impala will have a lot of defending to do from this maul. This should be the last passage of play. It's won there by Humwa as we expected. Humwa, can he go over the line now? It is try number 2. And they try to muscle their way. Queens reaching this second half very strongly here. And can they go over the line? And that is a try. Patrice Agunda puts the icing on the cake here.
Patrice Agunda's second half try and Kevin Keenan's successful conversions would ensure the Queens got a much-needed 28-10 victory to see them returning to the top of the league table. Well, after a hotly contested hockey season, the stage was definitely set for an impressive final that saw the Butali Warriors face off against Strathmore University.
You're absolutely right about that, Mike. And Dididu, I cannot disagree with you. We've seen some impressive hockey, and that final nail-biting stuff. Here, you take a look and tell me what you think.
After a tough and grueling season and a share of upsets, it was up to Butali Sugar Warriors to square it out with the Strathmore University Gladiators. And as expected, the match kicked off at a thrilling pace, with the Warriors looking to be the stronger of the two, going up a goal. Strathmore, determined to give a spirited fight for the trophy, netted their first of the day and levelled matters at 1-1. The match had to be called off barely into the second period due to the heavy rainfall, which rendered play impossible. Play resumed on Sunday, but despite the high intensity of play by both sides, the game played to a 1-1 draw, leaving penalty shootouts as the only way to determine the winner. And just as their display in the semi-final clash against the Kenya Police, Strathmore emerged to be the better. Strathmore emerged to be the better prepared, scoring 3 of their penalty shootouts to Butali's none, and emerging the winners of the Kenya National Hockey League 2016.
What I must say first is to congratulate Strathmore University. I think they have really worked hard, and they have won the trophy now. When I go back to Butali, I think we did everything right. Although it is a wake-up call on our side, I think yesterday is the day we should have won this game, because the better part of the game, we had controlled the game. Now coming to today, they knew that they are good in shootouts, and that is where they took us, and that is where now it has made them to take the trophy.
There's been a lot of hard work in the background, a lot of dedication from the players, and I think the will to get to be champions again. You know, university runs on a cycle, and I've got people who are almost doing their cycle. So they needed to finish the cycle on a high. And I think this is the most welcome gift we can give ourselves for the best Christmas present we can give ourselves on the university this year.
Our team, actually, I can assure you that is a team that creates penalty corners, but the conversion rate is very low, and that is one of our weaknesses, and I think we are going back to work on it.
We invested a lot in our structures, in our conditioning, in our focus.
Strathmore Gladiators, 2016 champions, and you're watching Sports Central.
Welcome back to Sports Central. In studio now, we're joined by a very special guest indeed. To my left is Mr. Matt Sanger, and he is the Global Development Manager of the Southampton Football Club. Welcome.
Hello, lovely to be here. Good to have you on set. Tell us first of all, of course you've come to Kenya, how have you loved it so far?
It's fantastic. The hospitality is brilliant.
everything's great. Everybody's really friendly and loving the place so far. So
That's so
really
nice.
enjoying it.
Tell us what it is that you're now doing in Kenya.
So we're here guests of Sports Pesa to talk about how we can help Sports Pesa and Kenyan football develop in the future. So we've got our expertise back in Southampton, which we're a very renowned academy for developing professional players, and we can bring some of that expertise here and help Kenyan football.
All right, and so far, of course, you've been to several places on your visit as of today. What has stood out for you mostly?
I think that the enthusiasm of everybody to do things in a really good way and make a positive difference in Kenya is the thing that stands out. I mean, the facilities we've seen have been fantastic. The food we've eaten has been great, but that enthusiasm is what's going to take Kenyan football further than it is currently.
Okay. You've been invited over, of course, you've been here, you have, like I said earlier, you've visited several places. What are the pain points you think that in Kenya, as of right now, we could address to, make football better?
I think probably the structure is the key thing to get right, and then the process between finishing school or playing football in school and then moving on to a professional phase. That phase after 16 years old seems to be not there at the moment. But I think that's something that we can work with.
And what does Southampton in particular really want to do for Kenyan football? Like, where is perhaps that gap, for example, but what are maybe like 3 other points where you're like, we really want to nail this, we really want to nail that, and we really want to make this happen for Kenyan football?
Well, I think if we can support on the structure, the coach education, and then giving a true platform for players to develop, that would be 3 things that could really help Kenyan football.
Tell me though about Southampton, the club though. Amazing place to be.
Absolutely, yeah. Doing very well in 3 competitions at the moment.
Good stuff.
So we beat Arsenal 2-0 yesterday.
That makes you feel good. You're like,
makes me feel very good.
Oh, you won me some money, by the way. Thanks for that. I should shake your hand for that.
You actually started a mini world war in a few WhatsApp groups that I'm in. I feel like I should put that out
Is
there.
that over the bet?
Yeah, it is. So, talk to me about the competitive level. In terms, of course, you've seen it in Kenya. We're very huge when it comes to the English Premier League. Of course, in our own league, we have our own challenges, but it's also quite a competitive league. But what are some of the things that makes, for example, the English Premier League stand out a lot more than other leagues?
I think it's the depth of competition. So if you look at the Spanish league, really there's only 2 teams that can really win a title. I mean, there are other good teams and technically good teams, but in England we have, any team can beat any team.
I mean, Leicester was quite a surprise last season.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's sort of the balance has been redressed slightly this year. The big teams are moving towards the top, but generally anybody we can beat Arsenal, we can beat Man United, we can beat anybody.
Good stuff.
Dare I ask, when you were a kid, who your team was?
The one and only.
You can be
I knew that I wasn't going to hear anything else.
I am a Saints fan, I am a Southampton fan. So.
Southampton fan.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Oh, okay. So
Loyal, that's good. So it's like you have your dream job.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
it's great. I mean,
fantastic.
it's great to be taking the brand, but the word of Southampton Football Club to the world.
I hear you have another job. You're kind of like a really big deal DJ.
I'm not really a I do DJ. I have a monthly residency in a club in Southampton.
Okay, that's so awesome. So you like hit the games, do what you need to do, travel the world, help, internationally with how to develop football, and then you go back home and just jam?
Music. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. What kind of, Mike and I also do radio. So that's why we're very keen on music in general. What kind of music do you play? What's your specialty?
So I DJ disco, house and soul. Those would be the 3 things. Or I'll drop in a bit of rare groove, a bit of hip hop.
Okay.
So it's less mainstream, it's more the underground stuff.
Okay.
I wish I had a turntable right now.
You
Make him bust a move,
And we both host rock shows, so I just feel like one of these days you gotta now take it to radio with us.
Next time. April, let's make a date.
Yes, looking forward. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show with us.
Pleasure being here as well.
Okay. Hope we'll see you again next time. And of course, that was Matt Sanger, the Global Development Manager from Southampton FC. Of course, right here at Sports Central, we get you sorted out with all your favorite teams. So hey, we've got much more coming up, so don't move a muscle.
Well, Wanji, after taking a look at that, I must say it's been a really, really great year for Kenyan football. Lovely things going on.
Indeed, and I'm really, really excited to see what the future holds. I mean, it's great to see the game growing. Hashtag Jenga game.
Jenga game for sure. And of course, let's continue with the show. We've got something really cool for you next. Yep, we caught up with the Kenya team, and I'm talking about the Kenya team in roll ball as they were preparing for the Africa Championships. This is really, really interesting stuff. Take a look at this.
Roll ball team, we are preparing for the African Championship that will take place as from 7th to 11th in Kampala, Uganda. What makes this team actually one of the best worldwide, it's the players are very passionate about the game. They're picking it up as a career, and also we normally train well. As much as we don't get the real arena, that is an indoor arena, but we are committed to this because we have experienced players, those who have played for the last 4 years. So we have to maintain that standard, and being number one is not a problem. Ladies training with men, it's a trick we normally use, because if they can defend men, then when they meet ladies, it will be an easy game for them. So that is a secret we normally do.
Mostly we're working on our defenses and offense skills, because when we were in India, our defense was able to be dismantled by the other teams, the European teams. So right now we're working mostly on our defense. Yeah, because most of the offense we have guys who can take care of it. Yeah.
Sasa tuna work on shooting. Target yetu ni shooting, because si mademu wengi unapata kwa timu wana shoot. Ukicompare from last year juni tulicheza hiyo East African this year. Okay, mademu wengi wako less kushoot. Wako poor. So si tuna train in shooting.
The state of roll ball in Kenya, it has spread to most of these counties. We have a team in Mwea, Kisumu, Nakuru, Mombasa, Eldoret. So Kajiado, Kitengela. We are now introducing this game to Ketisa, Kenya Technical Institute Sports Association. We have a plan, a strategy that come next year, we are going to introduce this game to secondary schools and then to primary schools. We have a strategy of coming up with a good academy, roll ball academy, that we can nurture players, young talents from the age of 4 years. So if a player can play this game for the next coming 15 years, the better.
We don't have, in Africa, we know that we don't have so many threats, but also our main threat is from Uganda. Because Uganda, our neighbor, we've played for them a long time. And so far, the team maybe we are going to have some challenges with Egypt, because we have already met with them when we were in India last year, and we saw them how they are playing.
Well, that concludes this episode of Sports Central. Of course, we gotta go, but we can't go anywhere without showing love to our tweeps. I love this one. Apparently, rugby coach Eddie Jones uses a drone to monitor training. I absolutely love that. Bubble Cliff, thank you for your quirky facts that you're always pointing out to us.
Yebo, that looks like technology working for sports. Yep, here's another one from Lawson254. Baba, you're saying you are tuned into the show and you're shouting us out for, of course, always giving you the best. So, hey, thank you so much for always tuning in. It's good to have you on board, sir.
Well, you know our motto. If it's competitive and it has a set of rules, then it's a sport. So get ready and check this out. So volleyball
What you
with your
think?
feet.
That's like kung fu. I thought I was watching Jackie Chan do some moves over there. It's just volleyball with your feet, man. I love it. I mean, just look at how high those guys are jumping, and to do it that accurately, always hitting the ball.
What would
Amazing.
Bruce Lee say about this?
He'd probably be the manager for that team.
You think so?
Yeah, the Man United of foot volleyball.
What would you, so we should call it volleyball. See what I did there?
Yep, I see what you did there. Nakamakawa, we always would love to hear from you, so do this. Hit us up on our TL, on our social media handles, and if there's anything interesting you'd love to see on the show, please do not hesitate to let us know. Well, we have to say kwaheri, so until next time, keep it Sports Central.